March 3rd, 0700 hours. The situation is fucked. It's been 3 weeks since we set off from port. Ugh, fuck this. It's not like anyone is gonna care, after all. This isn't an official report, anyway. The long and short, our submarine sank. I think we got hit by something, but I have no idea what. 2 other ensigns and I were in the sick bay when it happened, so we had no direct line of communication with anyone else on board. All we know is that something made the hull of the submarine shake. Then the emergency lights came on, and we started sinking. I have no idea what happened. There were no screams, no shouting, no nothing. All 3 of us were completely dumbfounded. So we checked the rest of the ship, but no one was there anymore. Ensign Kevin Fletcher, the youngest and lowest ranked among us, thought it was a prank at first. I honestly don't know if I should laugh or cry about that statement. How, why, and who would do something like that? We were cruising along 200 meters below the surface, so it's not like we were in port. No one could have left the submarine without everyone noticing. And it also wasn't like the 3 of us were asleep. We were ordered to check the sick bay and were just about to finish when it happened. This is so strange. It's completely fucked. We don't have the main power anymore, just emergency lights, and I think we need to come to grips with the fact that the highest ranking person on this ship is now me. What the actual fuck? I've sent Ensign Kevin Fletcher through the ship to look for anyone else, while Ensign Timothy Sharp is checking out the engine bay. He's the most knowledgeable about that stuff out of all of us, which really doesn't mean shit. Oh yeah, we've stopped sinking already. Thank fuck we weren't out in the open water, or we might have reached crush depth and found our untimely end already. This is fucked. I've been walking around looking for any sign of the CO, but I found nothing for now. What the hell has happened here? March 3rd, 1600 hours. Ensign Fletcher and I have checked the whole ship twice each. There is no sign of anyone else besides us 3 on board. We're completely alone. Ensign Sharp took a look at the engine room, but there's nothing he can do, he said. To him, it looks like it should work, but except for the battery-powered emergency lights, nothing is. We found out how deep we've sunk now, at least. 475 meters below the surface. Thank God all the hatches have stayed closed. There's no way we can make it up to the surface from down here unless we somehow manage to get the engine up and running again. It's kind of creepy in here. We've started to play cards, but it just seems pointless, to be honest. What are we doing right now? Waiting for someone to find us? If the ship went dark in an instant and almost all of the crew disappeared, will anyone even know where we are? Shit. The other 2 are looking at me from time to time, as if I could have any answers. I don't want this responsibility. But it's not like one of them would be better either. I'm afraid it's going to be the same. No matter who acts as commanding officer right now. We're fucked. On the positive side, we have enough food to last us 3 for months, and enough water for around 2 weeks if we're careful. The bad news is our oxygen will run out long before then. 6 days, I think, we managed to guess. At least we'll die right peacefully, since the carbon dioxide is gonna make us sleepy. God, I hope that's true. I've told the other two to rest and get their minds off things. It's not like we can do anything right now anyway. Getting stressed or scared will only increase our oxygen consumption. Oh, shit. I may go lie down a bit. It's not like anything will change. March 4th, 0300 hours. Jesus Christ. The dreams. I hope it's just a stress, but I had the most awful nightmares you can imagine. People were here on board with us. They weren't people. It was like shadows were stalking each and every one of us through the red emergency light. One of them hunted me through the ship, and I ran and hid, but I could still hear it, slowly walking toward me. We agreed that we would sleep in shifts, so it's my turn now to keep an eye on, well, everything? Nothing, more like. I'm just sitting here, wrecking my brain, but I haven't come up with any solution. Someone has to realize we're missing soon, right? Command always does. They'll send someone out towards our last known location, and whoever that is will find the ship. Yeah. No. Something inside me tells me that that's just wishful thinking. These are not normal circumstances, after all. How did all the other crew members disappear? Why did it only spare us? Was it really because of our location, or was there some grand plan behind it? Those questions are the worst. My imagination is going down the worst possible path. What if something is out there? Something that hates us. We can't defend ourselves against something like that. Then why not kill all the crew members? Did it miss us? Or maybe it wants us to call for help. Well, joke's on them. We can't call anyone right now. I should really stop thinking like that. It's not helping. Giving into my fears like that isn't doing me any favors. I was talking to my 2 crewmates yesterday evening. The discussion was about as fruitful as you can imagine. It went in a circle time and time again, and I could feel the others growing increasingly frustrated with me. Honestly, all I wanted was to tell them to do their own thing. They're more in agreement with each other than with me anyway, so I really don't get what I'm supposed to do after all. Right now, they're both sleeping, and I might just inform them of my decision after they're awake again. They can do whatever they want, and I will take care of myself. Isn't that the better idea? I could feel their anger slowly shifting toward me, and I really want to nip that in the bud. The last thing I need right now is one of them blaming me. That might end badly. Maybe I should get a weapon. Might be a good idea, after all. I could do that now, while they're both asleep, and not raise much suspicion. You know what? I think that's a good idea. If worst comes to worst, I'll at least be able to defend myself that way. I just need to keep quiet while doing it. Don't want to wake one of them up and give them a reason to be suspicious of me. March 4th, 1100 hours. We've been stuck here now for over 24 hours. I can feel the mood shifting. It's not like the other two have started behaving differently, but there's definitely a sharpness in their tone now. They shoot each other glances every time I speak, and I can hear them talking as soon as they think I'm out of earshot. Shit. Yeah. The situation isn't getting any better. The red light somehow makes it worse, to be honest. We still haven't heard anything around us. No one tried to make contact. It feels like the world out there forgot us. Well, I've tried to lighten the mood, but my two crewmates don't seem to give a shit. They just stared at me blankly as I brought out the food. I'm not even sure why I bother. Even after all that I've already done for them, they really do seem intent on freezing me out. I even woke up one of them when they seemed to be stuck in a nightmare. Shit. This is gonna come to a head. And quickly, if I'm not careful. What should I do if talking doesn't solve anything? Right now, they're eating pretty much in silence, while I sit at the other end of the room, writing. I can feel them looking at me again. This is so stupid. Do they think I'm responsible? How? Why? What the fuck do they expect me to do? I'm feeling tired, to be honest. The constant red light is getting on my nerves. We do still have a few days of oxygen. Well, we would have even more if there were less of us. Is that what they are thinking as well? No, that's just the paranoia talking. It's the stress. It's getting to me. I think I need to lie down again. But I don't want them watching over me. It just doesn't feel right. Safe. God damn it. I think I'll move my stuff to the other quarters. It's not like it's gonna make things worse around here. They already think that I think I'm better than them. And every time they talk, they seem to reinforce that idea. I'll let them. On the positive side, I found a weapon. A knife. It's not very long, but at least it's sharp. I really hope it won't, but it could come in handy. Shit. I really need to talk to them about me, well, resigning. They should do whatever they want, and I'll do the same. That would probably be the best solution. It might lighten up this strange atmosphere. Wish me luck. March 4th, 1700 hours. So, I talked to both of them, and their reaction was strange. They didn't argue per se, but I could see the glances they threw each other. I even brought up that I could hear them when they thought I was out of earshot, but they still deny it. Well, whatever. I got my stuff and moved through the empty vessel. It's eerie how quickly something like that can get normalized. Yesterday, I still felt my heart racing every time I passed from one part to the next, always hoping to finally hear someone else. But today, I didn't feel anything. The red light is the only constant companion I have. It is everywhere, all the time. It's even in my dreams now. It's creepy, right? I've chosen the single cot in the sick bay as my new bed and even closed the hatch behind me. Jesus Christ. That sound sent shivers down my spine. It echoed around the ship, and I'm pretty sure the other two heard it as well. In all honesty, to my ears, it sounded almost like the lid of a metal coffin falling shut. I still get goosebumps when I think about it. But I didn't open the hatch back up, didn't do anything besides cramming my stuff into one of the compartments and lying down. The dreams didn't get better either. I could see the red light and things moving in it, all throughout the ship, shadowy figures waiting for me. At least they didn't hunt me this time. Then again, my sleep didn't feel restful either. I think I can remember voices in my dreams. Whispers. Damn it. Why can't I at least dream of the world up there? Sunshine and wind and stuff. I can feel myself developing nervous tics. I started chewing my nails already. Stress is getting to me. Well, back to the main topic. I strolled through the ship on my own, still thinking about ways to get us out of there and coming up empty. But once I reached the mess hall, Timothy, the ensign, pulled me aside. At first, I thought the worst would happen and cursed myself for forgetting the knife, but the man didn't seem as aggressive and paranoid as before. He talked to me like normal, and I think I know why. His friend wasn't there with him. One of them was asleep. That was at 15:30. I made a mental note of it. You know, if I ever need to see him alone, as long as they keep to their regular schedules. Whatever. He talked in hushed tones about his friend and their problems. The nightmares they had as well. I could hardly pretend to listen, to be honest. We all have nightmares. How can we not? We're trapped down here, and there has been no sign of anyone trying to contact us. In all probability, we will die here. And there's nothing we can do about that. I didn't tell him that, of course. No point in being cruel just for the sake of it. But it still felt strange talking to him like that. I thought they would be working together and against me. Maybe their bond isn't as strong as I imagined. Or is he just trying to make me let my guard down? Whatever the case, I didn't let him know of my distrust, and I'm kind of glad that I did. The situation will only get worse, and I'm sure there's going to be a conflict sooner or later. He asked me if there was anything in the med bay to help him sleep. But I lied and told him there wasn't. It's not like I would mind one or both of them crashing out every time they sleep. But there is still the possibility of them using it against me. I can't let that happen. So I told him there were just a few weak painkillers and anti-inflammatories around, and he left it at that. Thank fuck. Talking to him one-on-one has at least given me a bit of insight into his mind. He seems weak. Brittle, almost. Like he was trying to cling to me for support. It's a complete 180 from when he thought I had taken command yesterday. Well, That's their problem now, isn't it? I'm not gonna play the scapegoat for them. If they want to blame someone, they should blame each other. I left him behind soon after and walked back to my base. The sound of the hatch is still as creepy as a few hours ago, but at least this time I was prepared. Maybe I should have packed up and left the two of them behind yesterday. It would have definitely saved me a lot of stress. I feel safe here. They can talk to each other all they want. All I need is you. That's enough for me. March 5th, 1200 hours. I didn't come out of my base at all after writing yesterday. There's not much to do around here but walk, and I really didn't feel like it, to be honest. I've already brought water and food into my base, and if need be, I can hole up in there for days. Possibly long enough for us to all die from carbon dioxide poisoning. Which brings me neatly to the next topic. On my morning walk, I met the younger one, Ensign Fletcher. Not near the mess hall, but by the engine room. He was sitting there on the floor, staring into the red light. I thought about turning around and walking off, but he suddenly shifted his body as if he'd known I was coming. This was by far the strangest interaction I have ever had. He informed me, gleefully at that carbon monoxide would make one sleepy. Carbon dioxide poisoning, on the other hand, is much worse. We can look forward to splitting headaches and full body cramps before we finally die. I got the chills listening to him, but his face was completely devoid of fear. He seemed to be enjoying it. Under normal circumstances, I would have run off and told a superior about this. But the situation isn't normal, is it? I asked him about his mental state, but the ensign seemed confused by the question. He was smiling, nodding, and talking like we were sitting somewhere in the bar, having a drink with each other. I'm not sure if he's completely lost his mind, or if this is another ploy. What I do know is that I want him nowhere near me the next time I go to sleep. The hatch to my base will stay closed, and I'll keep my weapon by my cot. Looks like I'll be sleeping with one eye open from now on. I left Ensign Fletcher behind and tracked back here, through the red light and tight spaces. It is kind of strange, I have to admit. This vessel, it seems to change every few hours. At first, it felt so overwhelming that I could feel the absence of the others. Then it shifted and became almost comfortable. And now, I get the sensation that someone is watching me. It might just be my psyche beginning to crumble. Ensign Fletcher is ahead of me there. Maybe I'll be sitting and staring off into the red light soon as well. Let's hope not. The hatch to my base is shut, and I even propped something against it. Can't be too careful here. March 6th, 1000 hours. There was a commotion last night, but I didn't respond. I told myself it had nothing to do with me, and I still think I was right. When I did my early morning walk through the vessel and reached the bunks of the other two, I finally found out what had happened, though. Ensign Fletcher is no longer with us. He was still hanging there, while Ensign Sharp was sitting in the corner, staring at him. I thought about talking to him, but when I saw his face, I simply turned and walked off. He had the same strange expression in his eyes as Ensign Fletcher yesterday. There's not much I can do about it, and I'm not completely sure that he's not the one responsible for the death. Maybe they started fighting. After talking to Ensign Fletcher yesterday, I can definitely imagine that scenario very well. Then again, it might have been his own decision. Who's to say? It's not like there's going to be an investigation or anything. We're all responsible for our own lives, right? I took a few more bottles of water back to my base and locked the door behind me. This feels so strange. We've only been here for 3 days, yet it seems like my whole world has been turned upside down. Everything from before the incident seems like a far-off dream. People shouting, following orders. This vessel moving. Any kind of camaraderie, really. He will do his own thing. I will do mine. That's how it should be. I've already locked the hatch again and started thinking of ways to secure it even further. Yeah, I know with this, I've pretty much given up on the rest of the vessel. I've locked myself in here and I let Ensign Sharp roam around out there. To be honest, I don't think I'll have to worry about him for much longer. I'm pretty sure I'll feel relieved once it's all over and done with, and I'm truly alone here. Still, no sign of anyone out there trying to reach us. Maybe they really have forgotten about us. Where this was planned all along. I don't know anymore. But at least I'll have a bit more time now with one person less breathing my oxygen. It will be fine. I've already come to terms with it. March 6th, 1800 hours. There was banging right now. Someone hit the hatch to my base and screamed at me. I was taking a nap and got woken up by the noise, but I didn't open the door. It's hard to remember. I think I dreamed about something like that. The banging persisted for around 10 minutes, as did the shouting. I didn't answer. Of course, I know that it probably was Ensign Sharp, that I could have opened the hatch and let him in, or at least talk to him. But I don't know. What if it wasn't him? I think I dreamed of the voices in the darkness. All the others who have disappeared are still here, in some form. And they were calling out to me, telling me to do something, to help them. Or was that Ensign Sharp? It's so unnerving, not knowing where my dreams are ending and where reality begins. I'm feeling sluggish today. And I had to check my watch 3 times before I remembered it long enough to write it down. Maybe I only dreamed that Ensign Sharp is banging on the hatch. That could be true as well. Yet somehow I don't want to open the door and check. What if he's still there, waiting for me with a weapon in hand? Or maybe he has disappeared, and everything is just a dream. Shit. It's either the stress that's getting to me, or it might be the carbon dioxide. Am I hallucinating right now? The red light seems strangely dim. Is the battery running out? Will I be sitting in complete darkness soon? I brought back enough MREs and water to last me a few days, and I put them all in one place, so finding them shouldn't be too much of a problem. Okay. I don't know if I want to spend my last few days in complete darkness, alone and forgotten. How can I write the log if I can't even see my own hands? I can feel my heart racing at the thought. These thoughts are breaking me down. I need to stop. Do something else. I'll come back to this once I've calmed down. March 7th, 1700 hours. Almost 24 hours since the last entry. Damn. It feels so long ago, and yet I wanted to write it down earlier, but somehow, after my last entry, I tried to lie down again and sleep, but just couldn't do it. So I started walking around the cramped room. Step by step, I felt worse, like someone pacing around their prison cell. I think I could feel myself losing my mind. Before I knew it, I was mumbling to myself, and I know that's not a good sign. So I stopped, took something from the medicine cabinet, and sat down. It was just to get my thoughts back under control. Not like it helped much. So in the end, I grabbed a knife and opened the hatch. There was a bloody handprint on the other side of the door. Well, at least I don't have to wonder about Ensign Sharp's intentions anymore, right? I resisted the urge to hide back in my base again and instead started creeping through the vessel. Silently, while listening for any noises, I made my way around the ship. I didn't even find a single sign of Ensign Sharp. I even dared to go to their bunks. Ensign Fletcher was still there, hanging from the sheet, knotted into a rope. It was eerie, looking into his eyes. Now they're staring right through the floor and into eternity, while he has this dumb grin on his face, like he won in the end. I didn't stay there, but started moving again, looking for any sign of Ensign Sharp. There's no trace of him. And I searched the whole vessel. It is unnerving. Maybe he's hiding somewhere, waiting for his chance. Or did he disappear? I don't know. This strange idea came to me. What if it's not the crew that disappeared, but us three? Maybe we somehow got sucked out of reality or displaced or some shit like that. And Ensign Sharp has found a way back. He wanted me to come with him, but I didn't open the hatch. No, that's impossible, right? And again, I'm feeling sick and weak. It's probably for the best if I take my medication and lie down again. The hatch is closed and locked. Maybe Ensign Fletcher will start moving again. Who cares? March 7th, 1,100 hours. The medication, it makes falling asleep easier. But waking up is that much harder. I thought I was suffocating. But then again, maybe that's just part of the dream. Around me, the red light seems to dim. I can hardly see the words anymore as I write them. Maybe that's also just a side effect of the meds. Who cares? I could hear them in my dreams. The crew. He was screaming. And among them, I could hear Ensign Fletcher. He was there, I'm sure of it. They all were crying, shouting, screaming at me. It was too loud. I couldn't make out the words. It's getting dark. I think I can hear someone moving around out there. Maybe Ensign Sharp is back. Maybe he has come to take me with him. Shit. I need to find him. He'll know what to do. March 7th, 2200 hours. I ran out there after the noise, but I didn't find him. Shit. He was so close. I could even hear him breathing, but I didn't manage to catch a single glimpse of Ensign Sharp. Was he running away? From what? From me? I wanted to call out to him, but something inside of me made me hesitate. The vessel is silent, and it should stay that way. I think I heard someone say that in my dreams, even though I couldn't say when or who. There's still no sign of anyone else trying to rescue us. It's been 4 days already, and nothing is going on out there. It's not like I can swim up to the surface. The water pressure would crush me immediately. Shit, I even went to the engine room and looked around there. Sadly, I have no idea where to even start. The pressure is suffocating me. Why didn't I try at first? Looking back now on the last few days, I can't believe how apathetic I was. Reading the entries again, it feels like someone else wrote it. Someone who's already given up. No. I don't want to die here. I want to get out and live. I need... Shit. I'll take my meds and sleep again. Not like I can do anything else right now. The hatch stays open. If there's someone still alive aboard this vessel, they can come and wake me up. March 8th, 1000 hours. No one came to wake me. At least no one managed it. There are new noises now. Far off, it seems. I think someone is walking around out there. Many people. I am feeling drowsy now, all the time. The light is getting dim. I don't know if I'm hallucinating, or if there really is the noise of other people slowly walking through the ship. It just could be the hull slowly starting to twist and bend. Maybe the water will find its way inside. I just hope it will be quick. There. Just heard someone walking out there. even if I run now, I won't find them. It shouldn't be long now. I don't know if I should get off my meds or take more of them. It won't make much of a difference, right? Well, they could help keep me calm. Whatever. I think something really is going on here. Something bad. They're waiting for their time. March 9th, 0400 hours. I think I'm not alone anymore. There are people all around me. I can hear them, feel them, even smell them. They stink of oil and rot. The light above is dimming ever more. But in it, I can see something. A truth, I think. It won't be long now, it tells me. Ensign Sharp is already with them. He had knocked and screamed, then caught their attention. I think that's the truth, at least. Slowly but steadily, they're taking over. I can feel them looking my way every time I make a noise. It's getting worse. How long until they start reacting to the noise of this damn pencil scratching the paper? Where to will they drag me? Once they find me. Will it hurt? Ensign Sharp's handprint is still on the outside of the hatch. But the door must now stay open. I don't think metal can stop those things walking around in the shadows anyway. Is that why? Are they the reason no one's come for us yet? I've caught myself staring into the weak light a few times now. It's easier like that. To keep my mind from thinking about it. Ensign Fletcher must have started seeing them too. His solution? Well, I don't think I can do that. Not without making too much noise. Shit. What if someone comes for us, though? Will they open the ship, dive in, and then encounter those things? Will they be able to leave then as well? I have no idea. Damn it. Damn it. I need to do something. At least I need to try. March 9th, 0600 hours. I have reached the escape chamber. This will be my last entry. They are everywhere here. I can see them now, walking around, passing through the hull. They're shadows, hardly more than shapes. I see them walking past me and turning their heads every time I make a noise. Even breathing is getting hard now without drawing their attention. They're everywhere. All around us. Me. I thought I would be able to maybe flood the ship, but it's impossible on my own, I fear. Even if I somehow manage to do it, they're already here. They'll get me before I can do anything. I know it. Feel it. See it. The light is really dim right now, and they're passing me by. Will I end up like them? Walk among them? What are they? The stink, it's filling my nose. Oil and rot, and it's sharp. Shit. I'm scared. My heart is pounding. And I think they're starting to notice. Some of them have already stopped and are staring at me. The mob is forming. I think they'll start to move soon. I don't want to die. I don't. Please. Please save me. Please. Save me.